you're smiling today, give a follow to help spread the play. Share the play with friends everywhere, so more can laugh and show they care. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide, don't hide. Join Vicky Marie's Ride Worldwide. Tap that bell so you never miss a dose of love and endless bliss. YouTube others, search my name, Vicky Marie. Let's grow this flame. Thanks for the support. You're the best crew. Now go tell the world you know what to do. Vicky Marie. Ha ha ha. You Marie.
Ha ha ha.
Let's brag now. Click that like if you're smiling today. Give a follow to help spread the play. Share the joy with friends everywhere, so more can laugh and show they care. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide, don't hide. Let's grow this flame. Click that like if you're smiling today. Give a follow to help spread the play. Share the joy with friends everywhere, so more can laugh and show they care.
Welcome to the channel, it's Vicky Marie. Spitting out the flavor, making history. Subscribers rolling in, family feels fresh. Jump into the vibe, leave the comments, no stress. From street talks to makeup, we cover it all. Chopping up the beats, making big moves, y'all. Urban queen, got the rhythm in her veins. Flow so tight, never stepping out of lanes. Join the fam, hit that subscribe. Vicky Marie chats, we keep it live. Stay connected, watch the magic unfold. Members unite, let's strike gold. Chats blowing up like we running the game. Hip hop roots, we douse it in flame. Fresh content coming at you every week. Stay for the laugh, the wisdom, the street. Got something for everyone. Sizzle and pop, unfiltered vibes. We never gonna stop. Engage with the crew, let your voice be heard. Tune in always, spread the word. Join the fam, hit that subscribe. Vicky Marie chats, we keep it live. Stay connected, watch the magic unfold. Members unite, let's strike gold. Join the fam, hit that subscribe. Vicky Marie chats, we keep it live. Stay connected, watch the magic unfold. Members unite, let's strike gold.
Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. Happy Halloween. Now, I am on the avatar because you know what? I was trying to work out what I was going to dress up as for Halloween. And last night in members, one of the members suggested the white wig that I had like a couple of years ago that I wore. Anyway, that's been in the bin long ago. And then how spooky. On my Facebook today, Facebook memories, flashed up a photo of me in the white wig, this photo. This is probably from 2 years ago. And I thought, oh my God, that's meant to be. That is so spooky. Somebody asking about it yesterday. And then, you know, here it is. Really, I think that's quite spooky. So what I thought was, oh, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use that as the avatar for Halloween. So I hope you enjoyed the intro. So I made a special Halloween video with those are the members' songs. Songs that people have written for me and sent me in, and I've set them to different videos for the members, etc. And I've just thought I'll put them to the set them to a Halloween video for tonight. So right, what we're going to talk about tonight, no true crime. We're just going to have a Halloween evening. We're going to talk, I'm going to tell you 7 spooky stories. Some of them are true, absolutely true, and some of them are false, hoaxes. And I want you to decide. You'll be deciding which ones you think are true spooky stories, and which ones you think are false. So that's what we're going to do tonight for Halloween. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone, as always, for liking, for subscribing, for being members. Very special thank you to my members. Special thank you to people who who buy Ko-fis or send super stickers or send nice emails, leave nice messages, PayPal me. Any of you out there that support my channel in any positive way, thank you so much. I really appreciate it so much, each and every one of you. So don't forget to subscribe, like and subscribe are the free ways you can help my channel. If you want to support my channel more, you can buy a Ko-fi, PayPal me, or join as a member. And I think I've pinned the details up at the top of the messages. Which reminds me, I just want to say a thank you. Somebody sent me a Halloween Ko-fi, Robin. Thank you so much for my Halloween Ko-fi that you sent me earlier. Robin's a very... Hey. Now, we've already had a few doorbell rings because it is Halloween. So you can imagine, not only my dogs get all aerated when all the doorbells are ringing and everything, but all the dogs along the road get going. I should have put a sign. I nearly did put a sign up to say, please don't ring the doorbell, but I thought, oh, that's a bit too bar humbug. Anyway, so yeah, you can hear Princess Tia. She's barking up. She's upstairs, but you can still hear her because she's so loud. But she's getting agitated because you can hear that it's all different. There's people wandering around and it's spooky out there. So thank you so much to Robin for the Halloween coffee that he sent me. Thank you. Yeah, there'll be lots of woofies. It'd be chaos, probably. It'd be chaos. But there you go. What else? What can I do? I don't live in a soundproof booth, so I can't do anything about it, really. Just have to hope for the best. Just hope that not many people... That wasn't even a knock on the door, that little bark fest. That was just because they could hear people outside. Anyway, never mind. So at the end, after I've read out the different stories, I will be saying if the stories are true or false. So you need to keep a record, obviously, of what you get right or what you get wrong. So, first of all, hello, lovely lurkers. Oh, there's a lot of screaming going on outside as well, as you can imagine. Hello, lovely lurkers. I am blowing kisses. You can't see because I'm on the avatar, but I am blowing kisses. Hello, lovely replay crew. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to come in the chat now. I'm going to take my banner off. I'm going to come in the chat. You can see there's quite a few people chatting. and have a little chat with everybody in the chat. Right. Hi, Steve, 007. Hi, Matthew. Yeah. Yeah, this is not a members, this one, Matthew. This is open to all of our chatterati, all of these, because we had a members live last night, so we did start a little bit on Halloween last night. Yeah, this is for all the snowflakes, all the chatterati, all our lovely followers, our lovely community. All these fireworks going off now. I heard fireworks then. Oh my God. Okay. Hi, David. Oh my God, please don't set fireworks off. Hi, my angel. Hi, Julie. Happy Halloween. Don't know what's going on where you are, but they celebrate it quite big now. I'm going to tell you in a minute the story of when I first came to live in my little village, when they didn't celebrate it at all. And I think thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. There you go, a spooky super chat. Where's my thank you? Thank you so much. Very kind. Yeah, when I first came to live in this little village a long, long time ago, I think it was 1999 when I came here. So we're looking at, 25, 26 years ago when I lived here. And I think it was Halloween, the first Halloween after I came to live here. My son, he was only little at the time, so we got dressed up like we always did when he was little. We both always got dressed up for Halloween and would go to a Halloween party, and there'd be a fancy dress competition or something like that. So before we went off to the fancy dress party, we set off along my road, to do trick or treating before we went to the Halloween party. Oh my God, because all my neighbours are Spanish. And none of them knew what I was talking about then. I mean, as I say, it's 20 odd years ago. So Halloween is more of a serious celebration. Traditionally in Spain, it's All Saints Day, isn't it? Or whatever. And they go to tomorrow, the 1st of November, which is All Souls Day. They go off to the cemeteries and, it's very sort of solemn day, remembering their family members that they've lost, etc. It wasn't like a party type thing. Of course, that's an American thing, isn't it? The way Halloween is celebrated now. And in Britain, of course, Britain has taken the American sort of way of celebrating Halloween. It's all about trick or treating, etc. But it wasn't then here in Spain. So literally every door that we knocked on, it was care. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm trying to say to them, well, it's trick or treat. You're supposed to give some chocolate or a treat or whatever. Anyway, I think we got like half a bar of chocolate or, something like that. It was, they just didn't know what we were talking about. It was a bit embarrassing, really. Anyway, it's changed. It's all different now over the years. I think I'm going to put my hand up and say I started it in my little village. I was the first person, probably me and my son, to go trick or treating in our little village. Oh, now they go in big bands, like, of like great big groups of, there'd be about 20 children descend on you. And, I used to always have sweets in that for them. But now, because of the dogs, that's why I don't, and now having the big dog here and she gets so stressed out and everything, I just try and pretend I'm not. I mean, I used to put, pumpkins outside and of course my son, he's grown up now. He's a man now, it's different when you've got little ones in the house, isn't it? You celebrate it more, but anyway. That's my excuse, and I'm not trying to be bar humbug with them. It's just so stressful, for the dogs. Anyway, so hi Tracy, Hi, Darren. Happy Halloween to all of you. Thanks. I'm glad you liked the introduction video. I'm going to play that video again probably in a moment. Just hi, Lily. Hi, Mara. Hi, Mara. Oh, I hope you feel better soon, Mara. Maybe thinking about whether these stories are true or false, your migraine might shift, eh? Oh. So David says, many, many years ago, when my mother went out for Halloween as a child, she was given a rolled up newspaper. Her door later, when she opened it, was full of ashes. Oh God, I hope they won't want a body. Oh dear, oh dear. I hope so somebody trying to get rid of their relatives' ashes. God. Yeah, it'll come out of the bottom of the fire, won't it? That's not a nice thing to do. That's horrible. Better to not give people anything than to give them, something like that. It's not very nice, is it? But some people aren't very nice, are they, at the end of the day? Meg, I've got a few Halloween backgrounds. StreamYard's really treated us with different Halloween backgrounds. Dia de los Muertos. And that's interesting because, of course, in Spain, that's what, well, more in South America, really. They call it Dia de los Muertos, don't they? It's a big celebration. They dress up in those white faces. I think I'll leave the Dia de los Muertos up for a little bit. Yeah. Oh gosh. That's not I hope I don't have to. No, I can't have to go yet. That's got to be. I always have to check my phone because, just in case, but. I don't know what that was. Okay, so we're going to do this. No, it doesn't mean Happy Halloween, Angel. It means the Day of the Dead. No, it's not as cheerful as Happy Halloween. Dia de los Muertos is the Day of the Dead. But I quite like that one. What other ones have we got? Yeah, I like that. I quite like the haunted house one. That one I can put can I put that in the middle? There you go. That one, I can put that in the middle and we can see the chat and we can see. So yeah, like all of these. Okay, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play the Halloween video one more time, just in case anybody missed it. And then we're going to start on these spooky stories to see if you can tell. Are they true or are they false? How's your intuition for working out if something's true or false? And believe me, some of them are really spooky stories as well. So, I've basically, while I was researching it, I've pretty much frightened myself to death already. I'm not a lover of Halloween, actually, because I've got a vivid imagination. I get spooked really easily. So when I go out later to go and pick up number one son in the dark, and I know that some of the roads are quite lonely that I have to drive along, I'll probably be absolutely bricking it, but there you go. But I do like being scared as well. It's funny, isn't it? We've talked about this before. There's something in our makeup as human beings that we actually quite like being scared as well. It sort of thrills us, doesn't it?
Click that like if you're smiling today. Give a follow to help spread the play. Share the play with friends everywhere, so more can laugh and show they care. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide, don't hide. Join Vicky Marie's Ride Worldwide. Tap that Marie, let's grow this flame. Thanks for the support, you're the best crew. Now go tell the world, you know what to do. Vicky Marie, ha ha ha. You Marie,
Ha ha ha.
let's glide now. Click that like if you're smiling today. Give a follow to help spread the play. Share the joy with friends everywhere, so more can laugh and show they care. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide, don't hide. Let's grow this flame. Click that like if you're smiling today. Give a follow to help spread the play. Share the joy with friends everywhere, so more can laugh and show they care.
Welcome to the channel, it's Vicky Marie. Spitting out the flavor, making history. Subscribers rolling in, family feels fresh. Jump into the vibe, leave the comments, no stress. From street talks to makeup, we cover it all. Chopping up the beats, making big moves, y'all. Urban queen, got the rhythm in her veins. Flow so tight, never stepping out of lanes. Join the fam, hit that subscribe. Vicky Marie chats, we keep it live. Stay connected, watch the magic unfold. Members unite, let's strike gold. Chats blowing up like we running the game. Hip hop roots, we douse it in flame. Fresh content coming at you every week. Stay for the laugh, the wisdom, the street. Got something for everyone. Sizzle and pop, unfiltered vibes. We never gonna stop. Engage with the crew, let your voice be heard. Tune in always, spread the word. Join the fam, hit that subscribe. Vicky Marie chats, we keep it live. Stay connected, watch the magic unfold. Members unite, let's strike gold. Join the fam, hit that subscribe. Vicky Marie chats, we keep it live. Stay connected, watch the magic unfold. Members unite, let's strike gold.
Yeah. Okay, so that's got us all in the mood. I hope you were dancing. I was dancing during that video. That especially that second one is so, it really gets you going like that, where you want to dance. So now then, it's funny what you're saying, Mara. Where are you, Mara? I can't remember where you are, but here in Spain, do you know this expression, children should be seen and not heard? When I tried to explain that to my Spanish neighbours, that in English we have this expression, children should be seen and not heard, they looked at me like I was mental. It was like, what? Okay. Because, you know, it's completely the opposite here in Spain. And, you know, like, you know where it's like if you've had young children, it's great, you know, what a nightmare it is when someone buys him like a keyboard or something, or a whistle or a recorder, you know, for the birthday or Christmas, drums. You know, people without kids, they do that kind of thing, don't they? Go, I've got him a set of drums. Oh, bloody brilliant. You know, that's sort of great. And, you know, they sort of end up disappearing, don't they? You know, like the little keyboard is like, oh, where's my keyboard? Oh, I don't know. Where did you have it left? You must have left it at your friend's house. You know, where's that trumpet that Auntie What's It bought me? It's like, oh, I don't know. I think you must have lost it down here. You must have left it in McDonald's, you know, because, oh my God, who buys noisy toys? Spanish people too. And like what you talk about, whistles. Oh my God, there's loads of kids that not only on Halloween, on loads of days, there's kids walking past with whistles, with bangers. Oh, you name it. Anything that makes a noise, the kids get it. You know. Ah, dear me. It's like, you know, hi, Blue. You know, just that is a golden rule, isn't it? Don't buy children. I mean, the thing is, I think people do it because they know it's not their children, so they don't have to suffer it. You know, you buy your, oh yeah, I bought him a trumpet. And like, oh, brilliant. You know, well, you know, let him take it when he comes round to your house. You know, anyway, it's just funny. So yeah, it's total opposite in Spain. Children are encouraged to be noisy. They shout, they scream. They're never to, oh God, they scream. My God. And once when I had to go and give my son something at school, when he was at junior school, and he was in the Commodore, you know, in the dining room. And when they opened the door to let me in to go and either get, I can't remember what I was there for, the noise. Oh my God, it's like they opened this door and it, like the noise. And, you know, I remember when I was at school, oh my God, if you tried to, you know, if you made a noise at, you know, at lunchtime or whatever, you'd get into trouble. You know, you were hardly even allowed to speak, never mind make that noise that they were making. But yeah, definitely encouraged to be noisy, Spanish children. So, you know, Spain's a noisy country. If you like peace and quiet, don't come and live in Spain, or not in a town anyway, or a pueblo. I suppose if you go out and live in the campo somewhere, right out in the wilds, that'd be pretty quiet, but probably too quiet. But if you want to live in a town, in a traditional Spanish town like I do, it's got its good points, got a lot of good points, but one of the downs of it is it's noisy. And you know what? It's noisy from first thing in the morning till last thing at night. There's like a couple of hours maybe in the wee hours of the morning where it's quiet, because Spanish people, they get up early, and the children, they get up early and they go to bed late. The children are normally up after me. I'm normally in bed. I can still hear the children playing outside. And then they're up first thing in the morning for school. So, yeah, so Spanish people don't sleep. You know, they have this little rest at lunchtime, don't they? They call the siesta, but they don't sleep. Might have a little doze off in the chair. It's a quiet time at lunchtime, but, you know, in the heat of the day and everything. Anyway, I'm waffling, aren't I? Oh, and don't forget, if you remember, you have your Halloween emoji. I'm going to stop waffling now. Of course, that's one of the things about being a member. You get to use the members' emojis. Right, let's start with these stories. How intuitive are you to what is true and what is false? I should have some spooky music on in the background, shouldn't I? Anyway, the first story that we're going to talk about is the Enfield monster. Now, I've got a picture. Well, it's not a picture of the actual monster, but an artist's impression. So this is the Enfield monster. Don't know if any of you have ever heard of the Enfield monster, but not Enfield in London. This is Enfield in the United States, where this monster was apparently seen. So at about 10 p.m. So I'm going to read all these stories first of all, and then I'm going to go back and read them again, and that's when you're going to decide if they're true or false. No cheating, no Googling. You know, you've got to be, cheats never prosper. I mean, there's no prize or anything. No cheating and Googling the answers. So the Enfield monster at around 10 p.m. on the night of April the 25th, 1973, Henry McDaniel heard a scratching sound at his front door. He looked out and he saw something that he thought might be a bear. Taking a gun and a flashlight, he headed outside into a strong wind and saw a creature between two rose bushes. He later said it had 3 legs, a short body, 2 little short arms, and 2 pink eyes as big as flashlights. It stood approximately 4.5 feet tall and was greyish coloured, and he added later it was almost like a human body. Mr. McDaniel fired 4 shots at the creature. 1 shot hit it and caused it to make a hissing sound like a wildcat before fleeing towards a nearby railway embankment, and it covered 50 feet in 3 jumps. McDaniel called the local authorities, who discovered footprints in the soft earth near the house, which Mr. McDaniel described as dog-like in shape, with 6 toe pads. The police considered Mr. McDaniel to be rational and sober in his reporting of the incident. In a later press interview, he said if they do find it, they will find more than one, and they won't be from this planet, I can tell you that. So that's the first story, the Enfield monster, and that is an artist's impression. Okay, so true or false. So don't forget, I'm going to read it again at the end when I've read all 7. I'm going to read them again, and then that's when you'll decide if they are true or false. So what's the next one? I'll change the picture. So the next spooky story, and is it true or is it false, is about the suicide hotel. Where's my picture? I've got a picture of it somewhere. Huh? There it is. So the suicide hotel. Hi, Heather. Hi, Heather. And this is a hotel. It's abandoned now. It's not used now. But it's a hotel where supposedly things have happened. This is in Colombia. This hotel is in Colombia, and it's called the Hotel del Salto. And it's reputed to be one of the most haunted places on earth, having more ghosts than it does actual tenants. So apparently it's abandoned. Well, it says here that it was turned into a museum, but it was a hotel, and it was designed by architect Carlos Arturo Tapias back in 1923, overlooking the Tequendama Falls in Colombia. The views were said to be spectacular, but guests kept getting a little too close to the falls and falling or jumping. So Hotel del Salto in Spanish means the hotel of the leap. So a salto actually is a jump or a leap. Saltar is the verb to jump. So the hotel of the jump or the hotel of the leap. And it's full of stories of people leaping off the side to their deaths into the falls. And according to local legend, the indigenous Muisca tribe would escape from Spanish colonizers by leaping off the cliffs centuries before. And that's where the name came from. That's why this place is called El Salto, because supposedly the indigenous people, when the Spanish conquistadores came, and they were very cruel, of course, weren't they? So the indigenous tribes would jump off the side rather than, you know, be captured by the conquistadores. It's also known as the Tequendama Falls Hotel. It's located in Cundinamarca in Colombia, about 30 kilometers from the capital, Bogota. I think the capital of Colombia is Bogota, in the whch department. And it sits directly across from a 180-meter high natural waterfall, which is Tequendama Falls. So this hotel is notorious as the most haunted, one of the most haunted places in the world. So, is it true or is it false? So a few of you have given answers already, but I'm going to reveal later whether they're true or false. Sorry, I was just looking at the chat then. Okay, so what's the next one? Oh, I've got more to say about that. So yeah, have I got more to say about that? Yeah, like it. So for quite a long time, it was a hotel, but the guests kept either jumping over or falling over. So finally, it was closed in 1990. So, oh, and another sort of rumour, apart from the tribespeople jumping off the edge to avoid being tortured, they thought they could become eagles and fly away. And they thought that the gods would transform them mid-jump and they would just fly away and be safe. Or another thing that is said is that the tribe members themselves would take the Spanish conquistadores as prisoners and push them over the edge or make them jump to their death. So that's the story of the suicide hotel in Colombia. Okay, number 3 or numero 3. This is the Axe Murder House. And this is in Villisca in Iowa in the United States. The Villisca Axe Murder House, a well-known tourist attraction for ghost hunters and horror lovers alike. It's the site of a gruesome, unsolved 1912 murder in which 6 children and 2 adults. Oh, I need to put a picture up. Hang on. Let's change the picture. So this is the house, the Axe Murder House. So it was the scene of a particularly brutal multiple murder in Iowa. 6 children and 2 adults had their skulls completely crushed by, oh, I just heard bangers going off then, by the axe of an unknown perpetrator. It was purchased in 1994 and restored to its condition of 1912, you know, when the murder happened, and it was converted into a tourist destination. It costs $428 a night to stay at this haunted house, where visitors always report strange paranormal experiences, such as visions of a man with an axe roaming the halls or the faint screams of children. But in November of 2014, the hauntings took an even darker turn. Robert Stephen Lawrenson Jr., who was 37 years old, was on a regular recreational paranormal visit with his friends when true horror struck him. His companions found him stabbed in the chest an apparently self-inflicted wound. They called 911 and he was brought to a nearby hospital before being helicoptered to Creighton University Medical Center in Omaha. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office said he suffered the self-inflicted injury at about 12:45 a.m. And that, I'm getting a bit shivers here talking about this, which is around the same time that the 1912 axe murders began. He recovered from his injuries, but he has never spoken publicly about what happened that day. And for Martha Lynn, the owner of the home, the incident was very upsetting. She said, "It's publicity, but it's not exactly the kind of publicity you really want to have. I don't want people thinking that when they come to the Villisca Axe murder house, something's going to happen that's going to make them do something like that. But this house is still open for tourist visits and overnight stays." Oh God. Surely no one would stay somewhere like that overnight, would they? Oh my God. Let me know in chat. Would you like to do that? Stay somewhere like that? I mean, would you? I don't know. Don't know if I would or not. The sort of part of me would like to, like to stay in a haunted house, but it looks really horrible, doesn't it, actually? Just looking at that house, it looks really spooky, I think. Oh, bangers going off. Yeah, bring your own axe with you. Bring your own axe. Oh, my God. Oh, only if I came, Tracy. Oh, my God. Yeah, we could have a field trip. We could have a field trip and go and stay there overnight. Oh, my God. Really? I don't know. Okay, number 4 now. We're going to talk about the story of the Fox sisters. So let me change the picture again. Now, these two, this is the Fox sisters, the two girls. They look like twins, don't they? Look very like. The hair's the same. That's their mother, I think, the lady in the middle. And this is the story of the Fox sisters. So on the night of March 31st, 1848, so a long time ago, April Fool, even I wasn't alive then, April Fool's Eve, 14-year-old Maggie Fox and her 11-year-old sister Kate reported a recurring mysterious phenomenon in their bedroom. Every night as the two went to sleep in their clapboard farmhouse, they would hear a strange knocking sound coming from the walls. Even stranger, the knocking seemed to respond to their questions. "If you are an injured spirit, manifest it by 3 raps," said the girl's mother. Knock, knock, knock. And the veil dividing the spirit world and the living had been breached. News of the Fox sisters' wall-rapping spirit spread like wildfire through the spiritually flammable counties of upstate New York. So this is New York, America, and also the birthplace of Mormonism and Millerism, which later became Seventh-day Adventism. Spiritualism promised a new kind of religious experience in which believers could receive specific guidance about their lives from those with secret knowledge from the great beyond. Eventually, the Fox sisters brought their hugely popular seances to New York City, drawing huge crowds. Their routine evolved from simple knocking and rapping to conversations with deceased relatives and secret messages magically appearing on blank cards. So, true or false? True or false? Okay, now this next story you may well have heard about because it's a relative, that was obviously many years ago. But this next story is quite a recent one because this is the story of the haunted Elsa doll. Now, I've never seen Frozen. It was sort of after my son was too old to go and see. I used to go and see all the children's films, obviously, when he was young. But I missed Frozen. I missed out on Frozen. I think he just got too old that he didn't want to go. I mean, maybe it's a bit more of a girl's film anyway, but he was too old by then. He was a teenager. So I have actually never seen Frozen. But this doll, this is the actual doll, I think, is supposedly a haunted Elsa doll. And this is relatively recent. But is it true?
Oh, because of the law in
my
Florida,
God.
They opened up.
A video just started playing on my phone then. What video is it? My video's just started playing on my phone about the Barry Morphew case. The Suzanne Morphew, and I haven't even been watching that video. And it's a YouTuber that I never watch. How weird. Let me just turn it off. Ooh. Hey, I'll tell you what, if I hear that anything's happened to Barry Morphew, I'll be thinking, God, that's haunting. Yeah, it just came up. Yeah, it's Elsa. Oh, for fuck's sake, don't say that. Oh, my God, Elsa's been tapping my phone. Oh, my God, now you've really given me the creeps now. Oh, God, I haven't even told you this story yet. Literally, I don't know why I'm holding my phone up, but literally, my phone just came on. Anyway, weird. Right, I haven't even said the story yet. So the haunted doll. So this was 2013. So it's not that long ago, is it? About 12 years ago. When you think of haunted dolls, it's likely the creepy old Victorian looking porcelain kind that springs to mind. None of which you probably have lying around. Still, don't get too comfortable around any kids' toys too soon, because a Disney's Frozen Elsa doll that was gifted for Christmas in 2013 in the Houston area in USA made headlines earlier this year when it seemingly became haunted. So the doll recited phrases from the movie Frozen and sang "Let It Go" when a button on its necklace was pressed. So the mother of the child it was bought for, Emily Madonna, said for 2 years it did that in English. And then in 2015, it started alternating between Spanish and English. There wasn't a button that changed these, it was just random. The family has owned the doll for more than 6 years and has never changed its batteries. The mother says the doll would randomly begin to speak and sing, even when its switch was turned off. Oh, for fuck's sake, I'll tell you what, if Let It Go comes on my phone, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Forget the stream. The family decided to throw the creepy doll out in December of 2019. Oh, God, it's really giving me the creeps. Dolls do give me the creeps, I've got to say. If anything really creeps me out, it's dolls. Weeks later, they found it inside a bench in their living room. The kids insisted they didn't put it there. And I believe them because they wouldn't have dug through the garbage outside. Madonna told the news. At that point, Elsa ceased to sing the English rendition of Let It Go altogether, only speaking Spanish when pressed. Oh my God. The family then double-bagged the bizarre doll and placed it at the bottom of their garbage, which was taken out on garbage day. They went on a trip shortly after, but when they returned, Elsa had come back and was waiting in the backyard of their home. This time, the family mailed Elsa to a family friend in Minnesota who taped the haunted doll to the front bumper of his truck. It had, so they're saying that is where it remains. It's still taped to the front bumper of this guy's truck. Is it true or is it false? Okay, that's that one. That one's really truly give me the creeps, especially because the phone came on as I was it's completely thrown me, to be honest. Yeah. Elsa, she wants to get on the stream. She's always dreamt of being a YouTube streamer. She'll get out. Let it go, God. Oh my God. Oh dear me. Oh God. All we need is Raoul Moat to turn up now and Ted Bundy. It's really giving me the creeps, that one. Anyway. Oh, and there's another one that will give you the creeps. So this is a deadly exorcism. And this again is a very recent case. And this is in the UK, August 2016, in North London. This happened, supposedly. Or did it? Because is it true or is it false? So this family in the UK had a very, very bad experience that ended up in the death of one of their family. So in August 2016 in North London, 26-year-old Kennedy Ife began acting strange and aggressive following reporting a pain in his throat. He reportedly bit his father, threatened to cut off his own penis, complained of a python or a snake inside of him, before his family restrained him to the bed with cable ties and excessive force. The family then set about attempting to cure Kennedy through restraint and prayer over the next 3 days. His brother Colin told the police, "It's clear that thing was in him. What we believe was a demon, because it was not natural. It was clearly trying to kill him. We had to restrain him for himself. It was clear if we didn't restrain him, he could have tried to harm people in our family." So Kennedy Ife had been bound to his bed for 3 days without medical attention when finally his brother did call emergency services, explaining that Kennedy was complaining of dehydration. He appeared to have developed breathing issues and he was pronounced dead at 10:17 a.m. While police were at the house, his brother Colin allegedly carried out an attempted resurrection by chanting and praying for Mr. Ife. All 7 of Kennedy's family members were accused of manslaughter, false imprisonment, and causing or allowing the death of a vulnerable adult. A post-mortem examination revealed over 60 wounds, including a possible bite on Kennedy's body, and his father, Kenneth, along with 4 of his brothers, sustained injuries also. Kenneth Ife told jurors he ordered his sons to take shifts and use overwhelming force, but he denied that an association with cults, occults, and secret societies played any part in his death. So, is that true or false? Is it true or false? We've got a couple of falses, a couple of truths on that. Okay. What's the next one? Oh, there's only one more. So, yeah, you'll be put out your misery soon enough to know which ones are true and which one's false. So, number 7 is the case of the accidental time traveller. This happened quite a long time ago, this one. Let me change the photo. So we've got, we've got a mixture of stories, but also a mixture of times when things happened. So this is a story of someone who allegedly travelled through time. Let me read you this story. So this happened in 1950. This was in New York City. One night in 1950, a strange figure appeared in the middle of a traffic clogged intersection in New York City's famous Times Square. He wore a high silk hat, a tight coat and vest, and boasted an admirable set of thick mutton chop sideburns. Witnesses said the man looked startled, gawking at his surroundings as if he'd never seen a car or traffic lights before. He bolted for the curb, for the pavement, directly in the path of a yellow taxi, and it killed him instantly. When the police searched the mystery man's pockets, they found 19th century currency, a bill for the feeding and the stabling of one horse, and a business card for someone called Rudolph Fentz on 5th Avenue. Tracking down the address, they found an old woman who confirmed that Rudolph Fentz was in fact her father-in-law, a man who had mysteriously disappeared. Oh God, that was the dog then banging on the door upstairs. It gave me a right fright. I haven't got over the bloody doll yet. A man who mysteriously disappeared in 1876. So this is the story of Rudolph Fentz, the accidental time traveller. For decades, paranormalists across Europe have pointed to Fentz's miraculous appearance, a 19th century man in 20th century Times Square, as proof of the existence of time travel. So, is it true or is it false? There you go. So we've had all the stories now. We've had all the stories. I'm not on Golden Goblet tonight, Angel, because I have to drive. So unfortunately not. Maybe later. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. And we just we'd see which are true and which are false. So remember, the first story was the Enfield monster. So this is a like artist impression of this three-legged sort of man-like creature. Is it true or is it false? Is it true or is it false? Do you think? Right, we've got a false, true. Trying Tracy says false. My angel says true. So anybody who missed it, Lily says false. So this was a man in Enfield in the USA that said that he saw this creature, fired a shot at it, and then supposedly the police found footprints. Is it true or false? We've got a couple of falses. We've got a couple of trues. Matthew's going with a true. David's true. Well, it is true. It is a true story. Well, we don't know if it's true that he actually saw it, of course, but it's true that he says he saw it, and there were prints found. And when I was reading up more about it, they were saying that maybe it was a kangaroo because it had 3 legs and its tail could have been you don't have kangaroos in America, do you? And then some people said, oh, they've come out with all sorts, of course, that they thought it might have been, some animal. The police said the guy was not drunk or delusional or anything. They felt like he was telling the truth. But of course, it's only his word, so we don't know for certain. But to all intents and purposes, that story is true. So don't forget to keep your own record of what you've got correct and what you haven't. So that is true. A true story. A true mystery. Okay, so what was the next one? So I think the next one, was it the Suicide Hotel? Can't remember which order I did them in now. Yeah, so the Hotel del Salto. Is it a real place, one of the most haunted places in the world? Or is it the figment of someone's imagination? What do you think? The Hotel of the Jump or the Leap, where when guests were staying there, they would jump over. We've got a false from Angel, a false from David. It's now apparently abandoned or maybe a museum. It's quite... Anyway, any other advance on true or false there? Anybody else? Everyone's going with the false there. Yeah, everyone's saying false, but do you know what? It's true. This is a real place, a real hotel. And Lily said true there. It's true. It's quite an incredible place, actually, when I've really looked into it. Amazing, and there's been ghosts, the paranormal activity that's been picked up there is, really scary. So we were talking about the Axe Murder Hotel, how scary it'd be to stay there. But I think it'd be even scarier to stay at this bloody, I wonder if I can, because there was a better photo, but I couldn't download it. There's some really good photos of it that just show, because it's so high. It's so high up, and then there's this steep drop into the I think I can show you all these. So again, not a place where you'd like to go and stay, really. It's beautiful, isn't it? The view and everything, but I'd be terrified of going somewhere like that. Sometimes I think these sort of places, they can lure you over the edge. It's almost like people get sort of pulled over the edge. if they stand, you know, I'm frightened of heights anyway, so I wouldn't want to be there. I wouldn't want to be anywhere high up. But yeah, it's a pretty scary looking place, isn't it? And yeah, it's got one of the most haunted places in the world, apparently. But it is true. It is true. We'll go there on the field trip, shall we? Fancy a trip to Colombia? Yeah, I'd feel like I had to jump. I could see how it could lure you over the edge, you know. It's yeah, pretty scary, isn't it? So that one is, oh God, where am I going? I'm losing my buttons here. That's another true. Another true. Right, what was the next one? Yeah, the next one was the other haunted house, wasn't it? The Axe Murder House. Another scary looking. All these houses look really scary, don't they? All these places. That just look. I think just because that picture's in black and white, maybe that's why it looks scary as well. But so this was the place where all those people were murdered. Yeah, the site of a gruesome unsolved 1912 murder, where you'd hope that the perpetrator, whoever it was, is dead now. But 6 children and 2 adults had their skulls completely crushed by the axe of an unknown perpetrator. God. It's now a tourist destination. Well, of course, there's a lot of these horror you know, this oh God, what do they call it? Something tourism, don't they? Where people do go around and visit these gruesome places. It's popular at the moment. Only $428 apparently to stay. Or is it not true? Is it a real place? And have people really had paranormal experiences there? And then this guy who supposedly went and visited there ended up stabbing himself in the chest. Is it true or is it false? Is it a real place, or am I just making it up? Or did I, you know, because listen, I have to say none of these I have made up myself, or, you know, I've literally found these on Google. So, you know, anyway, oh, we've got false, angels saying true. Lily and Blue are saying false, Angel saying true, Tracy saying true, David's true. Well, it is true. It is a real place. It is a real place that you can go and visit if you want to. It is true. I don't think I'd really like to go and visit there. But let's have a look at some more photos of it. Just give me the creeps looking at it. Let me share this with you. Is that sharing? Yeah. Look, they've even got a sign outside saying the Axe Murder House. It's creepy, isn't it? Really creepy, I think. God, the Valeska Axe Murder House. The sign outside saying that. Crikey. Oh. So there's a lot of like TikTokers and YouTubers go and, you know, spend the night there, etc. Yeah. And then, of course, the big story about it is that a ghost hunter stabbed himself while he was in there. Was he possessed? You know, did he just lose his mind? You know? Just makes you wonder, are there like satanic influences in these places that make people do things? Anyway, good job he stabbed himself and not somebody else, because he could have murdered some of the people that he was with. Now, I don't think they ever found who did this. So this was 6 members of the Moore family and 2 guests that were found dead in that house. Severe head wounds from an axe. There were suspects. One of the suspects was tried twice. The first trial ended in a hung jury and the second ended in an acquittal. So nobody was ever actually held to account. And the suspects that emerged, one of them was a reverend, apparently. Anyway. So nobody was ever held to account. Seems like the reverend was the most likely one. An Englishman, typical. An English-born travelling minister who was in town on the night of the murders. Yeah. I mean, I know I should do a video about that case one time because it's interesting. Anyway, it's true. So if you had it as true, you get a point. You get a point for that. Okay, so I believe what's the next one? Is it the sisters? Yeah, so the next one was this Fox sisters. So these are the people that apparently, allegedly, reported a recurring mysterious phenomenon at their house, in their bedroom. Every time at night as they went to bed, they would hear knocking sounds. And then they started doing these, what's the word, if it's seances and things like that. And they became quite famous as mediums and spiritualists, eventually bringing their seances to New York City, drawing huge crowds. And their routine evolved from simple knocking and rapping to conversations with deceased relatives and secret messages magically appearing on blank cards. So what do you think? Is it true or is it false? Were they genuine? Did it even happen? Right, we've got a mixture. We've got false, true, true, true. Right. Well, for those of you who said false, you're correct. Blue, you just came in there at the end there, but you're wrong. It is false. Now, it's true in a way. It's a true story that they claimed to be able to do all these things. But they couldn't. It was, well, let me tell you what happened. So despite, they were real people and they did claim to be able to do these things. But despite their fame, or most likely because of it, the sisters eventually suffered from troubled relationships, psychological breakdowns and alcoholism. In her 50s, Maggie, one of the sisters, delivered a public confession of their long-drawn hoax, which started as a harmless childhood prank. At bedtime, they would tie an apple on a string and move it up and down, causing the apple to bump on the floor. And then the sisters later developed the ability to manipulate their knuckles and toes to produce a popping sound. So they were not genuine. It was a hoax. So if you had that as false, give yourself a point. Okay, so now the next one. This is the one that's really given me the creeps the most. This is the haunted Elsa doll. Is it true or false? So apparently this doll started speaking in Spanish, even though it wasn't programmed to speak in Spanish. It reappeared out of the rubbish twice. And it is now apparently tied to the bumper of some guy's car in Minnesota because the family just had to get it out of the house. What do we think? Is it true or is it false? And as I say, it's relatively recent, this one. It was in 2013. The Frozen doll, the Elsa doll. Started off alternating between Spanish and English and then would only speak in Spanish. Oh dear. So what do you reckon? I think Blue saying false. They bought it from Del Boy, yeah. Yeah, it's true. That'd be like, yeah, from Only Fools and Horses, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, when it starts singing it in Chinese, then you know it's from Del Boy. Now we've got mixture there. We've got a couple of truths and a couple of falses. But believe it or not, which makes the bloody scary thing that my phone came on just as I was talking about earlier, it is actually true. This is a true story. It is a true story. Bloody hell. You know, God, I mean, when I was a kid, I liked dolls like Cindy and things like that, but, you know, you wouldn't, I don't like those old dolls like the Victorian dolls, the creepy dolls and the Annabelle doll and all them. I can't bear anything like that. They really do, dolls do give me the creeps. But this is true. This apparently genuinely happened, or, you know, the family think it happened anyway, so, yeah. It was definitely Elsa, Angel, I think. Yeah, don't. As long as she buggers off now, I don't want her to stay around. Okay, this is the next one. This is The Exorcism. Again, quite a recent one, 2016 in North London, when this 26-year-old started acting strange and reportedly bit his own father, threatened to cut off his own penis, and complained that a python or a snake was inside him. And his family restrained him to a bed. And they restrained him to a bed for 3 days. And then he started having breathing difficulties. So although they phoned the paramedics and that was too late, he died. He developed breathing issues. He was pronounced dead 3 days later. And apparently, while the police were at the house, his brother tried an attempted resurrection by chanting and praying for him. It didn't work. Is it true? Is it a true story or is it false? And I'll say this was in the UK, in London, in the UK. Right, we've got false, true, true, false, true. Well, it is true. This genuinely happened in the UK. It was reported, you know, on the BBC, and it was and it came to a court case because all his family were charged with manslaughter. All 7 of his family members were accused of manslaughter, false imprisonment, and causing or allowing the death of a vulnerable adult. But a post-mortem examination revealed over 60 wounds, including a possible bite on Kennedy's body and his father, Kenneth, along with 4 of his brothers. Bloody hell, that's a big family, isn't it? My God. And Kenneth, the father, told the jurors he had ordered his sons to take shifts and use overwhelming force, but he denied that an association with cults, occults, and secret societies played any part in his death. But after a 4-day jury deliberation, all 7 family members were cleared of charges on March the 14th, 2019. So they were all found not guilty. So does that mean that basically what they're saying is, yes, he was possessed by a demon or something? Now, I don't know what culture they're from. You know, a lot of cultures do believe in demons, and you know, personally, I do believe that people can get possessed, because I think sometimes some of the evil that happens in the world, you know, when people just go off and do these random horrible acts, I do believe in demons. You know, if you believe in good, you have to believe in evil, really. You know, and so I don't know. Was this guy possessed? Well, all his family members were cleared of any charges. And that is a true story. Yeah, again, another case. I mean, it happened. I mean, it's not that long ago, but it's happened before I started doing true crime. It is the sort of thing that might have covered if I was doing it then. But yeah, scary, isn't it? Very scary, I think. Yeah, could be voodoo, could be, so you know, a lot of cultures do believe in things, but you know, I do believe in possession. I do think that people can become possessed by demons. I literally do, and especially when drugs are involved or alcohol. You know, psychosis, but basically psychosis is like possession, isn't it? Or it is, in my opinion. You know, if somebody gets, you know, I've seen somebody have psychosis, and it is absolutely terrifying because they're not even there as a person. It's like you feel that they could do anything and they wouldn't even remember what they'd done. And to me, that's like a possession. So, you know, psychosis, could have had psychosis, couldn't he? And his family probably should have dealt with it in a different way and got him help. But they probably thought they could deal with it, because there's a lot of males, you know, in that family, like trying to sort him out. You know, sometimes people don't want to go to the authorities, do they? They want to keep things, you know, quite often when people have mental health episodes and that, their family don't want to go to the police or whatever. It's difficult to go to the police, because if you're phoning the police when your loved one's having a psychotic episode, you know, don't want them to be arrested, do you? Because they're still your loved one, you know. Oh, Blue, don't say that. I quite often listen to, well, I don't listen to chanting when I'm trying. I quite often listen to like podcasts like about, but they're all positive ones that I listen to. I never listen to, oh, don't say that, yeah. So I wake up tomorrow morning, I'll be like, oh, I'm the frozen doll. You know, I'm Elsa. I'm going to go and do something terrible. You know, but you know, it's sort of joking, but it's not joking. You know, people do things that just are. How often do people say, oh, I can't believe they've done that? You know, mental health issues, really. It is like just evil, isn't it? Sometimes getting into people's brains. I don't know. The brain is so complicated, isn't it? So complicated. Yeah. Well, do you know what? Funnily enough, if you have a look, let's see. Look, I'm dressed as Elsa in this white wig. Oh, good God. Yeah. Your brother's a psychologist, Blue. Yeah, I've even got an Elsa wig on, haven't I, really, when you think about it in that picture. See, I thought that was spooky because it was you, Blue, wasn't it, that mentioned about the wig last night in the members. And I said, oh, I've thrown that away ages ago, because in the end it just sort of fell apart. It was just a cheap, wig from the Chinese shop. And then on Facebook today it popped up as a memory. But it can't be because I didn't wear it at Halloween, did I? I wore it for the Christmas, for the Advent calendar that I did a couple of years ago. When every day leading up to Christmas, I tried to do something positive. And I wore that wig quite, well, I was supposed to be like, I had a wand, didn't I? I was trying to do some positivity. So it wasn't even, why did it come up on my Facebook memories today? Weird, I don't know. It's very strange. But anyway, there you go. So we've got one more to go, the last one, the case of the accidental time traveller. Remember, so this was the guy, just appeared in 1950 in the middle of a traffic clogged intersection. A guy who was out from the past. He was like dressed as if he was from the past. He wore a high silk hat, a tight coat and a vest, and he had sideburns. And witnesses who saw him appear said he looked terrified. And then he bolted for the pavement, but he walked straight in the path of a yellow cab, which killed him instantly. And then when they searched his pockets, they tracked down that he was in fact this woman's father-in-law, and he had mysteriously disappeared in 1876. And for years, paranormalists across Europe have pointed to his miraculous reappearance. A 19th century man. Oh, I need to put the photo up. Rudolph Fentz. Did he travel through time and reappear in New York City and then just get run over because he wasn't used to cars? Let's see what people are saying. It did. That was Blue. That was a month I wore that wig for. So I think it cost about €3 in the Chinese shop. So it did get a good run. I know I keep saying it. I am going to get some more wigs because we've got Christmas coming up, and I like to do some more positive videos then as well. Now everyone's saying, oh, not everyone. Lily's saying false. Blue says true. Angel says true. David's saying true. Now, there's a lot of, I don't know if you've ever looked, but out there in YouTube Landia, which of course is a bit of everything in YouTube Landia, isn't there? There's a lot of videos about time travel, that people believe in time travel, aren't there? And if you get, it's it's like a rabbit hole that you can go down if you do look into it. Anyway, but unfortunately, in this particular case, it is not true. It is not true. Because the true origin of this legend, it's an urban legend. It was a short story published in Collier's magazine in 1951 by science fiction writer Jack Finney. And the tale was republished in a paranormal journal 2 years later without attribution to Finney, and it was presented as fact. And from there, the case of the accidental time traveller took on a life of its own. So he was a real person. You know, the guy, he was a real person. But you know, this is a real person. But it was not true what happened. It was a short story. It was a story that got believed, a bit like the War of the Worlds, you know, like sometimes it just shows you that even without social media, you know, because when this was the 1950s when this happened, even without social media, remember the War of the Worlds sort of scare when people were listening to the radio as well and thought that we were being invaded by Martians. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my. Oh, poor Riley. Riley's really spooked. So you got the idiots out there setting up bangers and that. Oh, my God, that frightened me to death. Actually, we've done quite well, really, haven't we? So this one is false. False, false, false. Now, to be honest, for it being Halloween, oh God, we've done quite well. I've got through to nearly the end of the stream, and we've not really had much barking, have we? So we've done quite well, really. So who won, I wonder? So what's 4 out of 7 for David, 3 out of 7 for Angel. I don't know what scores anybody else got, but yeah, so most of them were true. In fact, I think there was only 2 of them that were false, and that was the sisters and the time travel one. And the others were true supernatural stories. Yeah, 3 out of 7 for Lily. Yeah, well done. Well done. So Halloween. Now it's quite late here because it's 9:30 now. So I'm hoping that, you know, we haven't had many people. I've only had one person ringing on the doorbell, and that was before I started the stream. I think the fact I've got all the blinds down, all the light, you know, no one can see any light. And then the only people that did ring on the bell, there was like the dogs went mental, so that probably put people off. I should have put a sign up really, but I thought, oh God, it was a bit too bar humbug, you know, to do that. So, yeah, I mean, this sort of part of us, we want these creepy stories to be true, don't we? Because we're fascinated with, we are fascinated with scary things. You know, it just seems to be part of human nature that we're sort of scared of things, but we're fascinated with them as well, aren't we? That's why Halloween's so popular. That's why scary films are so popular, etc. Scary books. We've got this, you know, this sort of weird fascination with scary things, haven't we? Oh, thanks, Matthew. So anyway, I'm going to play us out with the video. I'm going to set that as the out. So I want to say thank you again to Robin, who bought me a Halloween Ko-fi. Thank you. And thank you to Julie, when I can find it, who sent me a super sticker to say happy Halloween. Thank you so much, Julie. Yeah, you're all great. So, oh, I'll be glad when Halloween's over, to be honest. I'll tell you what, I mean, we always used to go out for Halloween, you know, with my friends and that, and get dressed up, and it's different, isn't it, when you haven't got little kids. If there was, you know, if I had grandchildren, if I ever get any, I would be taking them out trick-and-treating and etc. But, you know, these sort of things are for kids, aren't they? So, okay, thank you. And I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, that was the Halloween sort of fact or fiction. But I'll be back. I expect I may not be back tomorrow because tomorrow's Saturday, isn't it? So it may be Sunday before I'm back. I might have a day off tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. You never know what happens in this crazy world, do you? Oh, thank you, Bluebell. That's so very kind. Thank you. Let me find my thank you thing. Yeah, all the things that are going on at the moment, it seems like every 5 minutes there's something happening. Of course, the thing that's taking over most of the news at the moment is the Andrew thing, isn't it? It's just sort of all the news is about Andrew. Why have they called him Mountbatten? You know, why have they put Mountbatten in his name? Because that's just a reminder of the other pedo in the royal family, or one of the others. So, yeah. Anyway, there's a lot to talk about that, but also the cases that we're following, etc. And I've got a few sort of cases that, you know, I've started the videos about them and I've just not been able to finish them off. So stories, crime stories, true crime stories. So we'll see what happens. But thank you again. Thank you, Bluebell. And so your boys have gone to see Oasis. I'm really jealous. Yeah, so there they are, the boys over in Melbourne. Yeah, I love Oasis. I do love Oasis, so I'm quite jealous of them going to see him. But that's good. Shame they didn't take you, Bluebell. Didn't take you. Anyway, I'm off. So I'll see you very soon in the next video. And until then. Oh, and just another thing. I'm hoping that quite often in my village they have a zombie night on Halloween. Like obviously all the little kids have been going around at this time. But I hope they're not having a zombie night later, because that just totally gives me the creeps. But anyway, let's put this Halloween video on to finish off. Thank you so much. I'll see you really soon in the next video. Take care of yourself, and may your God go with you.
Click that like if you're smiling today. Give a follow to help spread the play. Share the play with friends everywhere, so more can laugh and show they care. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide, don't hide. Join Vicky Marie's Ride Worldwide. Tap that bell so you never miss a dose of love and endless bliss. YouTube others, search my name, Vicky Marie. Let's grow this flame. Thanks for the support. You're the best crew. Now go tell the world you know what to do. Vicky Marie. Ha ha ha. You Marie.
Ha ha ha.
Let's glide now. Click that like if you're smiling today. Give a follow to help spread the play. Share the joy with friends everywhere, so more can laugh and show they care. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide. Like, follow, share, subscribe, don't hide, don't hide. Let's grow this flame. Click that like if you're smiling today. Give a follow to help spread the play. Share the joy with friends everywhere, so more can laugh and show they care.
to the channel, it's Vicky Marie. Spitting out the flavor, making history. Subscribers rolling in, family feels fresh. Jump into the vibe, leave the comments, no stress. From street talks to makeup, we cover it all. Chopping up the beats, making big moves, y'all. Urban queen, got the rhythm in her veins. Flow so tight, never stepping out of lanes.
Join the fam, hit that subscribe. Vicky Marie chats, we keep it live. Stay connected, watch the magic unfold. Members unite, let's strike gold.
Chats blowing up like we running the game. Hip hop roots, we douse it in flame. Fresh content coming at you every week. Stay for the laugh, the wisdom, the street. Got something for everyone. Sizzle and pop, unfiltered vibes. We never gonna stop. Engage with the crew, let your voice be heard. Tune in always, spread the word.
Join the fam, hit that subscribe. Vicky Marie chats, we keep it live. Stay connected, watch the magic unfold. Members unite, let's strike gold. Join the fam, hit that subscribe. Vicky Marie chats, we keep it live. Stay connected, watch the magic unfold. Members unite, let's strike gold.